Looking put together is way easier than you think. Even just taking an extra 10 minutes in the morning to get ready can elevate your appearance so much. So here are my everyday tips and tricks that I personally use to transform into my hottest and most feminine self. I never leave the house with my hair undone. The way your hair looks takes up such a huge part of your appearance, so even if you don't have your makeup done or your outfit done, at least have your hair done. Some tips to keep your hair looking good are doing overnight heatless curls. Instead of spending hours doing a blowout, you will literally wake up with puffy curls in the morning if you do it the correct way. And 2, to keep your hair clean throughout the week, have a dry shampoo on hand. And I recommend doing dry shampoo the night before so that the dry shampoo has enough time to settle into your hair, and then you won't have that white cast or like powdery residue. And 3, I recommend finding a signature hairstyle. And this should be a hairstyle that is so easy and simple to do but still makes you look like you put in a lot of effort even though it only took you 5 minutes. So I'm going to be showing you my current go-to hairstyle. It literally takes me 5 minutes to do this hairstyle, and what I love about this hairstyle is that it adds so much volume and depth to my hair. It makes it look like I put so much of effort into my hair even though I really didn't. So first, you're just gonna take your regular brush and brush your hair. Then you're gonna take a regular everyday hair tie. I just have this black one. And you're gonna start by doing just a regular half up, half down ponytail. You can use a comb for this as well, but I just take my fingers like this and I start around my ear area and just pull it into a half up, half down pony. And then you're gonna take your brush and just brush this into a regular ponytail. And then you're just gonna tie that up. Now this is the only thing that's a little difficult to explain, but I will try my absolute best. You're gonna push your fingers through and make a hole here at the top. So basically you just took the ponytail and split it. And then you're gonna take the ponytail and push it up through the hole that we just made. I will insert a video on screen so you guys can see. And then you're gonna just tie it like that. Now you should have a way more elevated half up, half down ponytail. This already adds so much more volume to the hair. It's truly giving Ariana Grande in her My Everything era. And if you want to leave it at this level, you absolutely can. But I'm extra and I always love to take it a step further. So I also love inserting a grip in my hair. So I just take the ponytail and put a grip where the ponytail is. And now it's even more voluminous. That literally took me 2 minutes to do. But if I have extra time, which we absolutely do today, I love to take it even further by curling my hair. And this only adds about an extra 5 minutes. So I take about 4 sections on the bottom. And I'm just gonna take my hair curler and insert my hair. And I let each section sit in the curler for about 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds have gone by. Just let it go. I swear the back is always the worst one to do. See? And there we go. Look at those gorgeous curls. Of course, hairspray is a must. Literally just 10 minutes of my day. I could just put on some sweatpants right now and go to the grocery store and I would still look put together because my hair looks bomb. The next most important thing is your skincare. Your skincare should be way more of a priority than your makeup. So let me show you my easy morning skincare routine. Whoever told you that you need like a million skincare products is lying to you. At most, you need about 5 products. You should just have a toner, a serum, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. Actually, that's 4. And even then, if you don't have any real skincare concerns, then even a toner and a serum doesn't have to be necessary. I would say the bare bones basics are just your cleanser, your moisturizer, and your sunscreen. But if I want like a refreshed, glowy look, I love using toner pads because they kind of have a exfoliating effect on the skin and it can remove any dead skin cells. So I use this one from 𝐁𝐻𝐬𝐬𝐬. It's the number 5 niacinamide toner pads. This also helps to brighten your skin. And basically, you just take the toner pad and swipe it across your face. Today I'll be using makeup, so I will be going in with the milky toner, but this is absolutely not necessary if you already did the toner pad. Next, I'm going to be using a serum. This is the Biodense Collagen Peptide Serum. Then I'm going to go in with a moisturizer. This is from 𝐁𝐻𝐬𝐬𝐬 and it's unscented, so if you have sensitive skin, this is great. The next step is also a me thing. I'm going to use an eye cream. If you suffer with dark under eyes like me or really puffy eyes, then get an eye cream. And finally, the most important part, which is your SPF. I'm going to be using this one from Skin 104. Something that's not spoken about enough is our brows. Our brows quite literally frame our entire face. So if there's anything on your face that you need to put right, it's your brows. So I love using a brow wax. This one is from Pink Flesh. I like brushing backwards and then combing up. My brows look so much more filled and fluffy and like shapely on my face rather than just sitting there. You can also fill in your brows if you need to do that. I don't fill in my brows because I have a fringe, so it covers my brows anyway. So if I plan to go out the house with no makeup, I like to have 3 to 4 bare bones essentials. You've probably heard this rule a lot and it is very true. Have at least 3 to 4 makeup products that you always put on your face. For me, I have 4 because concealer is absolutely essential for me for my under eyes. So I do not leave the house without concealer on my under eyes, mascara, blush, and some kind of lipstick or lip gloss. And your 3 to 4 non-negotiables can be whatever you like. It is completely personal to you and what you need. Now, this is a full how to look put together video. Even though I have my days where I do not want to wear makeup, majority of the time I do leave the house with makeup on. So I'm going to show you my simple glam makeup look. This is usually the makeup look that I do when I leave the house or if I am having a filming day inside. So to start off, I'm going to be using a glowy primer. This one is from 𝐷𝐿. It is the Water Veil Primer. It leaves my skin so glowy. I absolutely love this primer. Next, I'm going to use this NYX color corrector and I'm going to be using the pink salmon shade and I'm going to put it right here. Then I'm going to go in with this Essence Camouflage Concealer. If you do not have a lot of time to get ready in the morning, I highly recommend investing in a cushion foundation. Cushion foundations are so easy to use because literally everything is packed for you. This is the 2AN Gleaming Tension Packed. Then I'm going to go in with this cream blush from Judy Doll. This is the Judy Doll Glow Blush Balm. This makes your skin so glowy. I'm going to set on my under eyes with the Essence Banana Powder. And I'm going to set on my other problem areas that move a lot. So around here by my nose. My everyday blush. Lately I've been obsessed with this one from 3CE. One of my favorite blushes of all time. And if you don't really know how to do eyeshadow but you kind of want your whole makeup look to look cohesive, I highly recommend literally just bringing up some blush on your eyelids, and it adds so much color into your face. It looks like you put way more effort than you actually did. For my eyeliner, I'm going to be using this one from Flower Nose. It's from the Butterfly Cloud Color Collection. And then for my mascara, I'm going to be using this one from Pink Flash. This is one of my favorite mascaras. It gives me such a cute dolly eye look. So my eyes are done and now I'm going to start with my lip combo. I'm first going to be using this Maybelline crayon. And then I'm going to go in with the Peri Peri Ink Mood Glowy Tint. And then to add some gloss and shine, I'm going to use the Essence Extreme Shine Lip Gloss. And now it's time for probably my favorite part of my makeup other than my blush. I'm going to be using highlighter. And this is how I get all of the glow back into my skin because we just mattified everything. So first I'm going to go in with this pink shade and I'm going to put that on my cheeks. Then I'm going to go in with the white shade and I'm going to put this on my nose. Blend it out with my finger. And now we're going to set it with setting spray. I'm going to be using the Essence Fix and Last setting spray. Now let's move on to one of my favorite parts of looking put together, which is smelling good. I have truly perfected my smell good routine and I'm going to show you how you can smell good as well. Because let's face it, smelling good is a huge part of looking and feeling put together. So I can never choose a signature scent. If you can choose a signature scent, then that is so great for you. I'm actually jealous of you, but I love perfumes. I love smell goods. I have a whole perfume collection. So I like to choose a perfume based on who I want to be that day and what kind of outfit I'm wearing. So if I'm wearing J fashion, I'm obviously wearing a more cutesy dolly kind of vibe, so therefore I like a more sweet scent. But if I'm wearing something that's a bit more chic and sexy, then I like going for more mature scents like Chanel No. 5 or Miss Dior. But if I want a more girly, feminine kind of vibe to me, I absolutely love baby powder scents. So I'm going to show you how I layer all of my scents, how to correctly layer everything so that you can smell the absolute best. So we have to start with the basics, which is deodorant. For my baby powder combo, I love the Dove Powder Soft combo, so I use the roll-on and the spray. Then I'm gonna go in with my body lotion. Ideally, before you put body lotion, you want your skin to be slightly damp or wet. I usually put my lotion on right after I come out the shower, but for demonstration purposes today, to make my skin a bit more damp, I'm just gonna be using a pH balancing body mist. This one is from Parnell. You can get it on YesStyle. Then I'm gonna go in with this Dove body cream. This smells so clean and it works so well with the Dove deodorant. Then you wanna go in with a body oil. For this scent, I would prefer to use Johnson's baby oil, which I don't have on me. So I'm just gonna use argan oil. And this is gonna not only lock in the smell from the lotion, but it's also gonna lock in the hydration. Now, I feel like this makes my scent more than perfume. So I'm gonna be using dusting powder. This is one that I made by myself with just regular baby powder and whatever perfume. I have a whole concoction of perfumes in here. If you don't know how to make dusting powder, you can look up a bunch of tutorials online. I'm literally just gonna put it in here and put it on my chest and also by my underarms a little bit. And then I'm gonna take a little brush and dust it off. This is literally gonna lock in your scent the entire day. You are gonna smell so good. And then finally, I'm gonna go in with my perfume combo. First, I'm gonna be using the Johnson's Baby Powder Eau de Parfum. It literally smells like you are spraying the actual Johnson's Baby Powder on your skin. I do not hold back with this. I literally spray this everywhere. Then to get that even extra baby powder scent, but also like with a mix of like cotton, clean, laundry detergent smell, I love this one from Lattafa, So Poudre Musk. This perfume is so strong. I put it on my wrist, I spray it between my chest, behind my ears, even on my ankles and knees, on my arms, like on my elbows. And there we go. That is my entire smell good routine. I swear when I do this, I smell so good the entire day. And trust me, when you smell good, you feel good. Now, one of my biggest passions in life is my clothes. I have always looked at clothes as a way to express myself. And we live in this era of like TikTok where everyone is just coming up with a new trend and aesthetic every week. And I'm just not for that. Instead of just following quick trends, find your personal style. I highly recommend instead investing in what is your personal style. Trust me, I have been through the motions of following a trend on TikTok or following an aesthetic, then purchasing things to follow that aesthetic, and then a month later I realized I didn't even like that style and I end up selling the thing on Vinted. But now that I have reached my mid-20s, I feel like I've truly found what is my style. And the thing is, I like a lot of different styles. So I love J fashion. I love a very floral, himikaji kind of look, but I also like a really chic and sexy look, and I also really like a very classy, elegant kind of vibe. I have all of these different styles that I absolutely love, and I know how to integrate them into my daily life, and I know what works for me and what I feel confident in. When you are truly confident in your clothes and you truly feel like it's meant for you, that is going to show. So don't follow trends, find your style and just wear what feels comfortable to you. I also highly recommend planning your outfits in advance. So if I know that I'm going out the next day, I always make sure to pick out my outfit the night before. I also dress depending on where I'm going, so don't show up to the office in your sweatpants. Also, another tip is to wear your favorite color. So my favorite color is very obvious, it's pink. And about 99% of my wardrobe is pink and white. So I know whenever I wear pink, I feel like my most confident, highest feminine self. Also, when in doubt, just go for a matching set or dress. But my favorite go-to clothing item has to be a dress because it is literally the entire thing for you done in one. All I would have to do is just put on some white shoes and I'm ready to go. I think to match with the spring vibes, I'm gonna go with this dress. This is a vintage white dress from Liz Lisa. One thing I've learned is to never underestimate the power of accessories, and one of my favorite accessories is adding a bow in my hair. There is some like pink text on the dress, so I think it matches so perfectly. I absolutely love putting bows in my hair. It makes me feel so cutesy and girly. And for my handbag, I think I'm gonna go with the super classy handbag that I got from Taobao. My personal rule of thumb when it comes to my accessories is that I like my accessories to pop out against my clothes. So as you can see, I have a white dress on. So to contrast and make it pop out, I want my handbag to be pink. And finally, the most underrated part, in my opinion, of looking put together is jewelry. I never used to be a jewelry girl. It's always been the last thing on my mind when I'm getting ready. But as I've gotten older, I've truly learned the importance of jewelry and accessorizing. Even just wearing the right earrings or the right necklace can take your look to a whole other level. And another good thing is to not mix silver jewelry with gold jewelry. So don't wear silver earrings but a gold necklace. It's just not going to look cohesive. You may have also heard to find your correct undertone. So if you're warm toned, gold jewelry looks better on you, but if you're cool toned, silver jewelry looks better on you. In my personal experience, I cannot tell the difference. I feel like I look good with either silver jewelry or gold jewelry, but just do what you prefer. I also change my jewelry depending on the tones of my clothes. And I know this is a lot of talk about silver jewelry and gold jewelry, but that is why my favorite kind of jewelry is actually pearls, because it is completely neutral. Pearls can go with whatever you're wearing. So if you're like a feminine girl like me, I highly recommend checking out some pearl jewelries. I'm gonna be going with these gold-plated earrings which have some little pearls on them. And for my necklace, I'm going to be using this pearl necklace. It is from 𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐲, so it is on the more affordable side. But I found that pearl jewelry tarnishes a bit less than gold or silver jewelry. So I'd highly recommend investing in your gold and silver jewelry, but you don't really have to invest in your pearls that much, because for me, in my experience, I've had pearl jewelry for years and they haven't tarnished. And that is it for the video, girls. These are my tips and tricks to look my absolute best and to look put together every single day. I really hope that you liked this video and that you found it helpful or inspirational. If you enjoyed, please support the channel by either liking this video, commenting, or subscribing, because I'd love to have you here in my girly community. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!